Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks Best Country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchen Land USA, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is not Ethan and Sarah. You guys know Sarah is in Africa right now, and Ethan is actually traveling for convoy. So you got me and Blasky this morning. So Blasky, thank you so much for joining me.
Not a problem. Happy to be here.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into some news. Elisha Bedell, who was convicted in December 2025 for the murder of Chavez Wynn, has been sentenced to the maximum time allowed under Missouri law for the murder. And then the shooting of his then girlfriend, who was pregnant at the time, in November of 2023 by the Greene County Judge Todd Myers. That includes life without parole for first-degree murder, 15 years for each armed criminal action charge, and life for all unlawful use of a weapon charges. So a lot there, but he got the maximum sentence.
Good. Well, officials have released new details about the plane that crashed onto a highway near Springfield back in December of 2025. Now, the report indicates that the plane departed General DeWitt Spain Airport in Memphis, Tennessee, right around 11:30 a.m. for a cross-country flight. Now, the pilot stated that in the report that after being in the air for around an hour and 20 minutes, he received a crew alert system message indicating a high turbine inlet temperature. Now, after reducing his fuel flow to the engine, the pilot did attempt to try to divert the flight to Springfield Branson National Airport, with the engine allegedly getting worse. And the plane did crash onto the highway about 9 miles from Springfield, with the left wing striking a road sign. Both individuals, the pilot and the passenger, they were okay. They did walk away from that crash without any injury. Now, the report showed that the NTSB did not travel to the scene of this incident, but it is a good thing that both the pilot and the passenger ended up being okay.
Yeah, I live in Fair Grove, and so that happened. I remember when that happened because it was in between Fair Grove and Springfield. So everybody, like, because I'm on those community Facebook pages, you know, everyone's
Right.
like, there is a plane on 65. What is happening? So at least, yeah, at that time, nobody knew what even was going on. So it's good now that we kind of at least know what happened there. And nobody was hurt.
Where we live in.
I know. It's so crazy. And speaking of airports, airplanes, all the things, the structure of a new $20 million terminal at Waynesville St. Robert Regional Airport at Fort Leonard Wood is now complete. Through a combined effort among city, state, and federal officials, a 9,000 square foot terminal that can accommodate 50 passengers at a time will now better serve the steady increase in passengers. The terminal features more comfortable seating, dedicated security, easy Wi-Fi access, and other modern amenities. The goal is to not only serve local passengers living on and off base, but also to attract visitors to the region, being that Waynesville St. Robert Regional Airport is an equal distance from both Kansas City and St. Louis. And this terminal is scheduled to open this summer. That's pretty exciting.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, FedEx is going to be closing one of its facilities in Springfield. The FedEx facility located at 2221 East Olive Court. It's at the intersection of Chestnut Expressway and Barnes Avenue. Is going to be closing at the end of March. Now, a statement by the FedEx spokesperson, David Westrick, did cite the decision to close was a previous announced network transformation strategy, whatever that necessarily means. But the customers who use the facility for that drop-off service have been advised to access the location at 1722 South Glenstone going forward. So that is going to be closing up here again at the end of March.
Yeah, that's crazy. Something really exciting on the Around the Ozarks front.
Yeah.
In the newest episode that dropped today of Beyond the Gate, host Jamie Johansson sits down with former Governor Mike Parson for his first interview, in-depth interview after leaving office, of course. She got him firsthand, and I've already watched it. And he opens up about how, he really talks about his past and kind of how to where he got to where he was to being governor. And it's really, really awesome to see him in that life. He reflects on his past through law enforcement, the military, owning a business, public service, and then he shares a bunch of lessons that he learned along the way. So yeah, if you want to watch that episode, that exclusive interview of Beyond the Gate, make sure you check it out now at aroundtheozarks.com.
It was a fun interview. I got a chance to sit in on it, and you do kind of get a chance to peel back a little bit and learn a little bit more about Governor Parson, more so than you ever probably did in office. Now, if you got a chance to read his book, you probably know some of these stories, but if not, this is a podcast episode you're definitely going to want to check out. Speaking of things you're going to want to check out, country music legend Vince Gill is going to be performing at Juanita K. Hammons Hall on Friday, August 28th as part of his 50 Years from Home tour. Now, Vince Gill is a Grammy Award winner, as well as built a 5-year career as a singer, as a songwriter, and as a musician. And he spent a lot of time as a solo artist. But recently, he's been traveling around with the Eagles, which I heard that they're going to be wrapping things up also in 2020. Now, the performance will feature a mix of his newest music as well as some fan favorites from his extensive catalog, celebrating his half-century in country music. Tickets are going to go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. and can be purchased online at Juanita K. Hammons Hall's website. Got to check that show out.
Yeah, I know you and I are both really excited for that. And the fact that we've had so many country artists that are like coming very soon to Springfield, especially with the Route 66 celebration that's happening.
Right.
We're going to have a lot of big names and big talent in Springfield really soon. And I'm super excited about that.
It's going to be a fun year for shows just here locally, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. It's going to be great.
Speaking of more events that are happening, Mercy's mammography bus will be visiting Jordan Valley Women and Children's Clinic, located at 1720 West Grand. So if you need a mammogram, they will be there tomorrow. They offer 3D mammograms in more than 15 rural Southwest Missouri communities. So it's a really awesome thing they're doing there. Appointments are required, though. So if you want to go, make sure you call 417-820-2790 to make your appointment. And also, this one is really cool. The Parisian Romance Date Night Cooking Experience. If you've never been to Pickwick and Cherry, Joy has a great episode with Pickwick and Cherry, and I know Diana has gone. She kind of fills in. She's been filling in with Ethan on here. This date night is going to be amazing. You can fall in love with French food, and you get to cook everything. You have the whole experience, and then of course you get to eat what you cook. So I'm going to tell you what you're going to make, and you're going to see how not fancy I am because I don't know if I can pronounce all of these things. Okay, right, so the cooking experience consists of making French onion soup, beef chateaubriand, maybe I said that right, truffled root vegetables, and a velvety mustard aioli and berry mill fueli. I don't even know on that one.
I'm with you. This is about as unfancy as I get. I don't know half those words. My wife would be all about this though. She would love it. I would be so lost. But it sounds like it'd be fun either way.
But yeah, no, I know I can attest that the food that you make there and everybody there is amazing. But yeah, I'm not great at pronouncing those fancy words. But anyway, there is also a Valentine's Day signature experience option, which includes elevated touches designed for Valentine's week and a Valentine's gift tower consisting of handmade chocolate dipped strawberries, cordial cherries, and truffles for every couple to take home if you want to do that. So if you want to get a ticket, you can get that at pickwickandcherry.com.
That sounds amazing. And it definitely, like I said, sounds like something that my wife would be all about. I, on the other hand, this is kind of more in my wheelhouse, but one of the biggest Springfield events is coming back to the Springfield Expo Center. Of course, I'm talking about the Sertoma Chili Cookoff happening on February 21st. Come on by, taste a bunch of chili, maybe at local restaurants, businesses, and just people around the community. And you can vote on your favorite with all the proceeds going to local children's charities. It is a great cause. It's going to be a ton of fun. Open ups at 11 o'clock. And if you want to win a pair of tickets, just check out the contest over at aroundtheozarks.com.
Yes, we are running a contest to the end of the week. So make sure you enter to win. And it's super easy to enter. You just literally go in and put your name. Like there's no hoops to jump through. You don't have to submit anything else. Just go ahead and enter and you can win a pair of tickets.
It's got to be a lot easier than my visit to the DMV today. So yeah, just name, phone number, email. That's all you need. Not, anything else.
I can give
which is great. But
that entering and Around the Ozarks contest is easier than going to the DMV.
There you go. Put it on a t-shirt.
All right. Well, I think that is all we've got for this Wednesday morning. Blasky, thank you so much for helping me fill in for Ethan and Sarah. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is a cold one out there to start. We've got temperatures just below freezing in a few places, low 30s generally across the region today. And it will be another nice day, but you'll notice that it's cooler across the Ozarks today with temperatures likely topping out in the upper 50s in many locations. Cold front came through yesterday, a north breeze settled in, and it's going to bring in some slightly cooler weather. So yes, it's cooler, but this is still above average for this time of the year. There will be a few folks that see the 60-degree temperatures today. I expect the sunshine to return, and it's another dry day in the Ozarks with winds that are not too bad. So overall, it's another nice day. I encourage you to get out and enjoy. We will be staying dry in this forecast through Thursday, and most of the day on Friday is going to be dry as well. It's Friday night that I'm looking at for the next opportunity for some more widespread showers and thunderstorms. I think that is likely going to be moving into the area late on Friday into Saturday. And it does look like a widespread shot of some very nice general rainfall in the Ozarks. It's great news because we are still seeing extreme drought conditions across much of the southwestern Missouri and northern Arkansas area. So the rain is welcome. Unfortunately, though, it is going to fall for us on the weekend. And we will see mild temperatures through the time frame, so it's all going to fall as rain. Mild temperatures continue through much of February. In fact, the long-range charts are still indicating that we could have these above-average temps around through the end of the month. We will watch for some more unsettled weather down on the Gulf Coast today, and there's a storm coming off the Pacific, too, that's creating a lot of issues out west. Today in the Ozarks, I think we're just going to hit about 60 in Springfield with sunshine. We will continue to see temperatures tonight that fall back into the mid-30s, and then tomorrow, again, you're going to have one of those cooler days with a range in high temperatures anywhere from low 50s to mid-60s, depending on where you're at. Rain chances really start to move in as we head into the evening hours, Thursday night, Friday night, into Saturday in particular. And as we look at the rainfall forecasted amounts, it looks like promising rain across the region. I'm thinking close to an inch is going to be possible in the Ozarks, anywhere from Friday afternoon through Sunday morning. So this is going to be nice, slow, steady rainfall, but it will certainly leave us with some mud, especially after all that snow melt. The ground is definitely going to feel saturated after the rain this weekend. Around the country, here's what's making headlines. We've got lower elevation rain and heavy high elevation snowfall in California and the Sierra Nevadas this week. That's from that potent storm system coming off the Pacific that I mentioned. We also have above average temperatures continuing for much of the week across the country. So a lot of folks are feeling the effects of the thaw, getting some sunshine and more mild temperatures. So that is welcome news across the country with the first taste of spring in the forecast. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. And the question that I had for you yesterday was this: what is the name of the traditional Valentine's Day poem that starts with the line, "Roses are red, violets are blue"? Do you think that is A, nursery rhyme, B, a Shakespearean sonnet, C, a limerick, or D, a haiku? The name of that traditional poem that starts with "Roses are red, violets are blue." Well, if you guessed A, nursery rhyme, you would be correct. It is a classic nursery rhyme and Valentine's poem dating back to at least 1784 in Gammer Gurton's Garland. So, congrats if A was your guess. Here is the next trivia question for you. Also going along with our Valentine theme here. Approximately how many Valentine's Day cards are exchanged each year in the United States? Do you think it is A, 50 million, B, 100 million, C, 150 million, or D, 500 million? Let me know your guess. Maybe I should do a question about when these are purchased too. That would be an interesting one. Valentine's Day is Saturday, FYI. All right, I'll be back to chat with you first thing early tomorrow. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather with me this morning. I sure appreciate you listening. And thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet.